very, very good pilot in a very short period of time, and we're really excited. Would you like to share your story?
Yes. As she said, I'm David Sapp, if you haven't met me. I'm not very good at talking in front of people, but I figure it'd be pretty easy because I'm talking about myself. So, so I didn't prepare a speech or anything, but I'd just like to start it off by saying, or kind of go through a timeline of how I've come about where I'm at today. When I was approximately about 14 years old, my dad took the family, my brothers, my sister, all of us in Amanete on a raft. Absolutely loved it. Had a blast. Seen the kayakers there, and I thought, boy, that'd be something cool to do. But I was like, how and if, when would I ever do it? That was one of the things that got dropped in the bucket list, because when I turned 18, I joined the Army, and being in the Army, it limits you how much time you have to actually be able to pursue a sport, a hobby, or anything. So I was so busy with work, and then when I had a family, I mean, it just multiplies. You don't have time to go and do fun things. So, like I said, one of the things that I wanted to do was kayak. Well, September 27th, 2006, I was in Iraq, and we got caught by ambush, and we had 2 machine guns firing at us. And fortunately, I survived. I was shot 3 times. I was hit in the head, I was shot in the shoulder, and I was shot in my femur. It shattered my femur, and it shattered my shoulder, my humerus, and it left me blind in my left eye. However, it did penetrate my head, so I still have my thoughts. It's a good thing. The shoulder has probably been the worst because it shattered the bone about a third of my upper humerus and blew the humeral head. So I have very limited range of motion. I got the range of motion from my elbow, but I don't have the shoulder range of motion. So the doctor had told me when I was laying in bed, he said, you won't ever lift your arm up above your head. So I'm pretty stubborn. I'm not one to take and accept something that I can't do. I'm going to find a way to do something, whatever I want to do. I went through multiple surgeries from that 2006 to 2010. My shoulder got infected. I had a cadaver bone in my shoulder. I had to take the cadaver bone out. I had to take all the metal out that was holding it together. And to keep from having an empty space, they put a piece of antibiotic semen in there. And the doctor, that was done here in Atlanta in 2010. And the doctor told me I would have a floppy arm. Well, praise God, I don't have a floppy arm. I surprised the doctor once again, and he told me he couldn't believe how well I did with my arm. Needless to say, I thought a lot of things I wouldn't be able to do. But after that surgery in 2010, once I recovered and I finally finished all the surgeries I had, that was my last. And I hope I don't have any more. Once I got better, I started trying to pursue some of my hobbies. Back in February, I went on a bike ride in Jacksonville with the Wounded Warriors. And it kind of sparked the interest to look at other things, what I could do, because I didn't think I could ride a bike. But they put me on a recumbent bike where you sit on it and you lay back, and it was the most comfortable bike ride I ever did in my life. And I loved it. Loved it so much now I have my own bike. But it intrigued me to look at other things I could do, which I group kayaking off as something I would never do. So I tried to look into it, and I looked through meetup.com and different things, trying to go that route and try to meet somebody, because I didn't know anybody who did it or how to do it. But I just kind of wrote it off. I said, I want to do it. And then I looked on the VA website, website, and they had a TR listed on the VA website, and I was like, what is that? So I looked it up, found out what it is, and I emailed Laura and asked and said, hey, I'm interested. This is something I would like to do, and I'd like to try. Shortly later, she emailed me back within, it wasn't even a day, I think it was a few hours. I was like, whoa, this actually does work. So, and she invited me to go to the pool, and I went to the pool, and I told my wife I was going kayaking, and she was like, well, you're not going to use one of those little skirt things. And I was like, oh no. you just sit in a boat. And she was like, okay, so I know you're safe. I was like, yeah, I'm safe, I'm fine. So that first night in the pool, I was sitting in the skirt and sitting in the kayak, exactly what I wasn't supposed to be doing, because my wife was worried about me drowning. And I've been like that ever since. I've kayaked Cartagena a couple of times. I just started roll practice last week, thanks to Dan Brady. And Dan's been my mentor the whole entire time. He has taken up so much time with me and doing something with me. I thought I couldn't even dream. I didn't even think it was possible. I didn't think I could do it with my shoulder. Well, first of all, who's going to teach me? And second of all, how would I do it? I just didn't think I thought it was impossible. So once again, I even surprised myself on this one. But I've done the Tuskegee. I did the Upper Chattahoochee, and it is meant the world to me. Between going to doing something like kayaking or sitting at home or doing a home project, it's so much more fulfilling. It means everything. When you go out on the river and you did something, and your friends see you on Facebook what you're doing, and it's just like, that was you? You're not supposed to be doing that. So that brings back that I was an airborne ranger in the Army, so it brings that sense of that excitement.
Ooh, yeah.
When we were jumping out of planes. I got to do something exciting and something dangerous. It makes me feel happy. So, and I'm getting that with kayaking, and it means everything to me. And I'm so happy to be doing it, and I'll be doing it until I sit on my deathbed, I reckon. I'll be doing it some way, because I enjoy it and love it that much. So, I want to thank Dan for everything he's done for me, and thank Laura for everything she's done for me, and all the people who I've met, and everything that you've done, and it just means everything. And if you got any questions, you can ask me anything. I can talk. I'm not afraid to share my story or talk about it. I'm pretty open. So.
What's your river nickname?
Oh, my river name is Machine Gun. Dan said I kept paddling real hard and trying to gun it, so he called me Machine Gun. And I was like, that's funny, that's what I got shot with. He's like, I'm sorry, I didn't say that. I was like, no, it doesn't matter.
You also should have seen Laura's face that night. She's like, oh, dang, you didn't.